Hey Capricorn, how's it going? Welcome into your reading. We're going to do a 7-day energy check-in for you. And this is going to assist from 7 days from anytime you are seeing this video. My intent is for this message to be timeless for you from any time beyond just the date that I'm recording this. So welcome in, welcome back. For those of you who are new, I'm Lauren the Mystic, and I am here to just help you tune in. So let's just get started. Spirit, show me Capricorn sun, moon, and rising signs for the next 7 days. Capricorn, your cards have been pre-shuffled. Tuning into Capricorn, please, Spirit. I always pre-shuffle and meditate upon the cards just prior to hitting record. That way we're ready to go and you don't have to wait for me. So Capricorn, as we mentioned, this is a general collective reading. So just take the messages that apply to you. Don't force the story if it doesn't seem to resonate or anything like that. And make sure to check all of your placements. I always recommend checking for your sun, your moon, and your rising sign to get more of the story. Let's start getting some of these cards out. Okay. Show me more. Spirit, one more card for the next 7 days for Capricorn. One more card, please, for the Capricorn Collective. What do they need to know? One more card. The next 7 days for Capricorn, please. Okay. Oh, I got. And show me the underlying energies. Give me one more card to show me the underlying energies. Okay. Let's clarify that. One more card. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull your oracles really quick, Capricorn. Let's just pull some Moonology messages, any spiritual guidance messages, Moonology messages for our Capricorn squad. Show me clearly any new messages, or any messages, I should say. Not necessarily new. Okay, interesting. Spirit, show me clearly any advice or spiritual guidance that you have for our Capricorn collective in regards to this message here. Show me any advice or guidance in regards to this message for our Capricorn. All right, perfect. Well, Capricorn, you're the first one that I wanted to pull all the cards before I got into the message, but I really just wanted to take a look at what's going on because we've got a little bit of heavy energy here, and I just want to make sure I'm interpreting this correctly because this is the next 7 days, right? From when you are viewing this. So from the time that I am recording this, we will be having a Libra full moon at the end of this week. 2 of our personal planets are going to be going direct, and shortly after that, our 3rd personal planet will be going direct. So we've got Mercury stationing today as I'm recording, stationing direct. Mercury will remain in its shadow for a while, and that is really largely covering the space of our beliefs, our thoughts, this review period that might be underway in regards to our beliefs and how we're feeling in general. And then we have, of course, Venus going retrograde, which is kind of going over feelings of our relationships to things such as ourself, our loved ones, our friends, our family, what we need to feel valued, what makes us feel good, what we need for enjoyment, right? And that sense of pleasure. So in general, there's a lot that's under review. We've also got Mars still retrograde in Leo now. I believe Mars has made it to Leo. Or no, I'm sorry. Mars is direct, but is covering, going back over its tracks. That's a total Mercury retrograde flub there. But my point is that there's a lot that's been being worked through. There's a process going through our minds, our hearts, our passionate actions, the things that really matter to us. And what you are showing up at with Capricorn, if this is your reading, is this feeling of a missed opportunity or a lost opportunity or a set of circumstances that did not go or did not turn out the way that you had hoped. And it's in regards to your happily ever after, your family, your home environment, your sense of stability, security, and abundance, but also in relationship to joy within the family unit. Um, and if you don't have a family unit, just your sense of livelihood, your homestead, what you need to feel abundant in your life, right? But if you are partnered or if you are married, this is a card that's indicating that's not going as planned. And at the center of the read, we have you standing your ground, standing ready to defend your territory, ready to defend your beliefs, what you need, your personal boundaries, right? You're boundaried up, you're ready, and you have a particular vision in mind. You have a particular stance that is bringing you clarity and you are ready to defend. And it relates to your happiness, your fulfillment, and sense of purpose. And it's something that you are very, very passionate about. It's something that's magnetic, that you are drawn toward. It's something that you have this sense of ambition to go after what it is that you want, right? Almost part of your human nature. Now, this could represent a person coming into your world towards the end of the week. So there's multiple interpretations of this energy. We could look at this as something's not going well, you're feeling defensive this week, and it's in relationship to something you're very passionate and happy that makes you feel like your wish fulfillment, your purpose. It's something that's a driving force within you. We could also look at this as a relationship or an opportunity dissolving. I say relationship again because we have the family here upside down in reverse, right? So it's like the loss of a very tangible, this could be your home, the relationship itself, the family itself, as the pentacle energy here. This could be both the loss of both an opportunity that you either felt like it was a missed opportunity or it's an opportunity that's no longer, it's closing out, right? And that might have um, impacted, this 10 of Pentacles in reverse. But we've got the King of Wands coming in. So whether this is your energy, Capricorn, that you are embodying, or if this is someone coming across your path towards the end of the week, either way, this is very charismatic energy, very magnetic, very, dare I say, sexy, and in his element, really kind of, this is a very passionate, beautiful, beautiful energy to be in. So the end of the week looks great. The beginning, not so much. And what's underlying this is the fact that there were options, some kind of sense of, did you choose right? Maybe with a previous person or partner or situation. The Emperor, again, um, it could be you, but I'm really intuitively feeling like this is another person. The Emperor is all four kings, but typically represents someone in authority, someone who's been in a position for a long time. So again, this could be the head of a household, the divine masculine figure of a household, um, potentially having had some options or made you an option when it comes to love or emotions. Maybe there was something that was always more important to you. It doesn't necessarily have to be another person. It could be work. It could be a hobby or something else that maybe got in the way here. But when we see a Seven of Cups, what we're seeing, cups is heart space. And so this typically represents options in love and wanting to know that we chose wisely, or we're worrying if we made the right decision. And this is underlying it. So it could be that you feel that you made a mistake with this Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, made a mistake in the past with whoever this Emperor represents for you. And there has been something that has been very difficult for you to heal from. We've got the Four of Swords in reverse, and this card's been coming out so much today in these readings. And it's really like there's some resistance to healing, there's some resistance to closing off and changing, because it's almost like if you heal from the pain, then you are moving on and letting go, and you're allowing yourself to move on. And sometimes it's that pain that keeps us tied to another person, especially if they were a very important person in our life. And it looks like this might have been the case for you, Capricorn, if this is resonating. But there is some resistance to change. There's also some trouble in fully healing. Maybe there's still some unconscious work that you're not aware of that's still yet to do. And we do have some cards here that's indicating that. But I'm going to move on now to the oracle messages and let you know what those are. The first one out was a new romantic cycle begins. This is new moon in Libra. We actually have the full moon in Libra. So that's coming up again. This is a timeless reading, but when I'm recording this full moon in Libra will be the end of this week. So 7 days time, we can expect to see the full moon. So that would mean approximately 6 months from now, we'll see the new moon. So about a 6-month cycle, there is a new romantic cycle beginning for you if you're looking for timing. And I feel like, is it with this King of Wands? Because I sure do think that that might be your happiness here, Capricorn. We also have show the world the real you, full moon and Aquarius energy. So there's something very unique about the wisdom you hold, that you carry, that you are able to contribute to the betterment of humanity by pouring that out. The Aquarian is the water bearer, and she's pouring out her wisdom, her experience, and her knowledge, and she's sharing it with others to uplift humanity, to help the greater whole. And so there's something about you showing up in your authentic self that really is contributing to the healing and the growth and the betterment for those around you. So the first two soul growth cards we have out really do speak to some of this healing process that I think has been a bit difficult. And it's the weight of the world, as well as the empathetic starseed. So let's talk about these two cards because they really work hand in hand together. These are two energetic practices that I would recommend to everybody, especially if you are a beginner in terms of I'm beginning to work with my own energetic frequency, to learn how to work with my vibration, to learn how to work with my chakras, to clear my energy, maybe even to clear energetic cords and ties and attachments to others, okay? Because the empathetic starseed, which was the first one, is about your own personal sovereignty. Well, what does that mean? That means when we are an empathetic starseed, we can end up taking on energies that don't belong to us. They can absorb into your field. You can carry, there's an energetic transfer that can occur, and you can end up carrying kind of the pain of someone else. at times if we're not, consciously aware of what's happening. Because each time we are interacting with someone, we are creating an energetic cord. And that cord gets created from the chakras that we're working with. So if we're having a heart to heart, a compassionate exchange, that's going to cord, sorry, I just hit the microphone. That's going to cord to our heart chakra at the very least. And then if there are other things involved, if we're speaking, obviously our throat chakra is going to be involved. If we're getting creative about thinking of problem solving, if, we're probably going to be cording from our third eye chakra as well as our sacral chakra. If it's a work situation, likely our solar plexus. In relationships, it'll also be solar plexus, sacral, and root. There's all sorts of energetic cords that can occur, is my point. And it is our own ability through our intention to do so that when we ground our energy, you can also retract any and all open energetic cords to any other person, place, or space or circumstance. So, a good daily practice for you in the evening, maybe even more than one time a day, would be to ground your energy, clear your energy, and then call all of your energy back into your energetic aura and field, into your vessel, is what I call that. And then with love and thanks, clear anything that does not belong to you. So sending back any open energetic cords that belongs again to another person, place, space, or circumstance, right? Because you have been absorbing energies that are not yours to carry. And that goes with the weight of the world, which is about your energetic boundaries, letting go of what's not yours to carry, releasing that, releasing the burdens that sometimes other people will just take you for granted or lay on you as if you are their problem solver or you are their emotional support companion. Capricorn's not an emotional support companion, right? So we've got to have boundaries of when we have the capacity to do those things for others. Sometimes we're not in that capacity. Sometimes it's a time to pour into yourself. And then we all have those people that sometimes take and take and take and only come to you when they're in need of refilling their own tank and dumping kind of whatever they've been having trouble with onto you. And that's sort of like energetic vomit, energetic vomit that you've been dealing with, it sounds like, Capricorn. And so this is a time for you to get really clear on your energy, get clear in your field. The next message out was wait. This is a card about things being woven behind the scenes. So if there are some shifts taking place, if you are feeling defensive, if you are working on healing, let yourself be in that healing process. No need to rush. No need to make any drastic changes or decisions just yet. There's plenty of time. So allow things to go naturally. Again, don't force it, but also don't resist the healing process and the work that needs to be done. And then the last card you received is Whale and Orca Elders, which is really about your pod, your ancestry, your tribe. I say your pod because whales and orcas, they travel, in a school, and those are their tribe. It's made up of family and also, you know, friend, friend orcas, friend whales. And they travel together though. They look out for one another though. And it's really important that you share your true self, share your frequency, speak your truth to those around you who care quite a bit about you and also understand you. This is also a card about you doing the deep diving of that growth work, of that healing work, so that you can return from that work with treasures. And that treasure you pass on through the frequency of your sound. You share your experience, and that is the treasure. And it benefits those, again, We've got that Aquarian energy coming out again. It benefits those around you. So, Capricorn, I hope that you have found this to be helpful for you right now, to give you some insight into what might be coming up, maybe some confirmation that you are, not nuts how you are feeling here. This is actually happening. It does look like a passionate opportunity or person is entering your life shortly that is really going to revitalize your energy. Until now or until then, really focus on that healing, and leaning into some of that energy work. You might find mindful practices, meditation. I've got some guided meditations if you're interested, and I would love to share them with you. And if you are in need of a personal reading, if you'd like to get a little more specific to what's going on in your scenario, I'll drop that link below. I appreciate you liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Really helps me to grow, and it helps me to tune into your energy better. Until next time, Capricorn, we'll see you soon. Take good care. Bye-bye.